Pennsylvania Highway 611, historic United States Highway 611. Yeah! Alright, folks, we have made it to the finale of the series. This is the last route we'll be talking about in my former home state of Pennsylvania. Although we're looking at the east side of the state and not the west, we still have a very major route to cover, PA 611. Let's have a look at the map one last time for Pennsylvania. As you can see, the road goes from the I-95 interchange right in the Philadelphia city limits, and it goes up through different towns such as Easton and Stroudsburg, ending in Tobyhanna at I-380. You are watching the Xavier 456, where new highway content comes out every week, although we'll be taking a little break from freeway content for a few weeks for my own sanity. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and give us a like. And if you really like it, go ahead and smash the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Alright, I must remind you that you can request your exit or intersection down in the comments below. If you're still watching to the end of the episode, you'll find out which state DOT I'll be doing next, and you can request for that. Alright, let's first start by talking about northbound PA 611. Here on I-95, we can see PA 611 is getting a Kentucky treatment of Broad Street, which PA 611 runs on Broad Street and is the main north-south road straight through the center of Philly. And, I mean, you could sign a control city, but we're just in Philadelphia, so I guess this Kentucky treatment makes sense. And here is what the interchange looks like from down below, and as we can see, we get 95 north to 76 east, and PA 611 to 76 west. Here is our first reassurance shield of PA 611 given to us by the city of Philadelphia, and we can also see the professional sports complex with Wells Fargo Center, Citizens Bank Park, and Lincoln Financial Field. Here we meet I-76, which is only getting Walt Whitman Bridge eastbound, please sign Atlantic City, and 76 West Valley Forge, Harrisburg, please. Here is a nice look at the Philadelphia City Hall, as we are right in the center of Philadelphia right now. And here we meet I-676 and Vine Street. Vine Street is also signed for the Pennsylvania Convention Center, and east is signed with US 30 and I-95 for absolutely nothing. We're now crossing over US 1, which we don't actually have access to. And here we're meeting PA 73, and this is actually the first time we're getting control cities. And PA 73 is getting signed for White Marsh and Cheltenham, and we are getting signed for Willow Grove. And why is Willow Grove signed here? Because of the turnpike. We are meeting I-276 here, and we obviously don't get any signage, as is with the Pennsylvania Turnpike tradition. But when we look at the interchange to PA 611 from the turnpike itself, we can see 611 is signed north for Doylestown and Horsham. Doylestown is basically the next town from here, but we are bypassing it. So, I'm not sure that makes it worth signing. I mean, we meet US 202 there, but who knows? In Doylestown, we're now on the freeway portion, and we get the Main Street Business District, and we get 611 pulled through northbound for Easton, which is the correct choice. While we're still on the bypass, we meet with US 202, which gets signed south for Norristown, and 202 is signed north for New Hope, because of course they're being provincial. They are not going to sign anything in New Jersey, because you know they hate each other. Before we enter Easton, we are crossing under I-78 and its current alignment. Here we are in Easton, and the riverfront here is nice. I like the Delaware River in this town. Here we are getting a ramp to US 22, and we are facing in the direction of westbound. And we can see west is signed for Bethlehem and Allentown. And we also got a PA 33 shield for the next exit, and it's also signed to I-78 and 80. And in the distance, we can also see the horrible welcome sign. At this random interchange, we are getting signed north for Stroudsburg, which, again, is correct from here. But of course, at certain interchanges, you're gonna get the secondary treatment. Here we get Martins Creek, rather than Stroudsburg. And here is a mileage sign with Martins Creek on the top line, of course, and Stroudsburg on the bottom line, because it was signed earlier. Now, I'm sure PENNDOT didn't put this overhead sign up, but I think the Delaware River Toll Bridge Joint Commission put it up. And we're getting PA 611 signed for Portland. It's too small. And on the other side, we get 2 US 46, 2 I-80, and New Jersey 94 for New Jersey. Redundant, isn't it? Sign New York, and sign Stroudsburg instead of Portland. This is not Oregon or Maine. But here, right at the intersection, we get Portland signed along with Delaware Water Gap and Stroudsburg. At least we see Stroudsburg, and I've never seen a direction signed with 3 control cities at once for just one direction. That's kind of weird. Well, you know why Delaware Water Gap was signed? Because of this. This is what it looks like. This is all of Delaware Water Gap. It's It's the only reason they signed it. Here we get our first ramp to I-80, and we get 611 for Stroudsburg still. Only 3 miles away now. And then we get another interchange, this time only to East 80 and North 209 for Delaware Water Gap. Yeah, that's what happens when you try to go to New York on I-80. In Stroudsburg, we're meeting with Business 209, and we can see North 611 is turning in the southbound direction. So we're having a wrong way concurrency with this business route. And here we get yet another interchange with I-80, this time westbound only, and of course you're getting Hazleton sign. Sign Scranton for I-380, or State College for whatever, or sign Cleveland. Sign either of the freaking three. And now we've got yet another interchange with I-80. God, this is not ending well.
Please,
we are getting Hazleton, and we are getting Allentown for 33, that's okay, but East Stroudsburg when we just came from Stroudsburg. Because, of course, they're never going to sign out of state. And 611 North Bartonsville, that's not even a town. Sign something else, like, for example, Scranton. Sign Scranton. You can sign that along with 380, but once we get to another interchange, we're seeing 611 North is signed for Tannersville and Mount Pocono. And why are they signing Mount Pocono? You'll see in a bit. Now we got a mileage sign with Swiftwater on the top line and Mount Pocono on the bottom line, only 6 miles away! Why aren't you signing Scranton? You should be putting Scranton on the freaking bottom line, not Mount Pocono. And the reason we're signing Mount Pocono is because of PA 940, which in turn is getting East Stroudsburg and Blakesley. Hamlin is signed there for PA 196. And we, as 611, are signed for Toby Hanna, only to sign Scranton up at that sign ahead. That's an improvement. And here is where we end at I-380, which is getting signed north for Scranton, and we also get a random ramp to the Army Depot. And now we're going to turn around to talk about southbound PA 611. Here we are on I-380, and we can see it signed south for Hazleton and Stroudsburg, other than New York City. And here 611 is signed to PA 423, for Toby Hanna, and nothing but. You should be signing Stroudsburg on this route, not on 380 or 80. Here is our very first mileage sign with Pocono Pines on the top line, and Stroudsburg on the bottom at least, 21 miles away. Good work. Here's the only request I had for the video. dawnii wanted to see the Pocono premium outlets, and this is the best shot I could get of it. And here is where we meet PA 33 and I-80. And we see 611 is getting pulled through for Stroudsburg, and 80 is getting Stroudsburg. Duplicate alert! Keep Stroudsburg on 611, and you know what to put on 80. And also 33 is getting signed for Snydersville, rather than Bethlehem or Easton, and 80 also for West Hazleton. Everything's wrong here, except for the 611 sign. And now we meet East 80 once again. And then a third interchange, and of course, New Jersey.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
Wait, hold on. I thought Pennsylvania was not capable of signing New York. Apparently, they decided to put it on this sign. What the heck? So this is the interchange that 611 got signed for Portland, but here we're getting New Jersey and New York signed for US 46, I-80, and New Jersey 94. This is weird. Why are they putting New York on certain interchanges, but not 80? Apparently both Pennsylvania and New Jersey hate I-80 enough that they cannot sign it properly at all. And now, PA 611, as you can see, is getting signed for Mount Bethel and Easton. Easton's the correct choice. In Easton, we're meeting US 22, and here it's getting signed east for New Jersey and New York. I love that. And 611 is signed south for Philadelphia. This is one amazing sign, something that Pennsylvania is never capable of, and I am glad that they're signing two of the biggest cities in America. And here we got a mileage sign with Regalsville on the top line at 8 miles and Philadelphia on the bottom line at 57. I am in love with that. And here is where we get to the Doylestown bypass with a ramp to Main Street, and 611 is still getting pulled through for Philadelphia. And it's interesting, we weren't signed for Doylestown. They just skipped to Philadelphia. That is absolutely correct. And here meaning US 202 once again, which is getting signed for Norristown southbound and New Hope for northbound, rather than something in New Jersey. And here we're meeting I-276, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, for Philadelphia and Harrisburg. Hey, Philadelphia is on 611 right now, and 276 does not even go to Philadelphia, because you would have been going eastbound just to go due west to get back to Philly. Just go south on 611. So put New York on I-276. but Harrisburg is also signed there, so that's good. And here we're crossing over US 1 once again, no access to it, but here we're looking at it in the other direction. We now enter central Philadelphia as we get our interchange to I-676. That's the ramp westbound you're seeing right there. Right in front of the Philadelphia City Hall, we got a Pennsylvania historical marker for the city of Philadelphia, which was founded in 1682 and chartered a city in 1701. Here we're meeting I-76, eastbound only, which is getting signed for Walt Whitman Bridge and New Jersey. Don't sign New Jersey there. Just sign Atlantic City, because that's where 76 is going to be ultimately filling into another route to go to. And finally, we end at I-95, southbound for International Airport rather than Baltimore, and 95 north just sign for Central Phila just because you came from there. Just sign New York. I don't know, really. And now, at long last, I finally have escaped the clutches of PENNDOT's horrible signage, and I am glad to have raged my life over it, and I'm glad to have entertained all of you. I'm going to take a few weeks off to focus on other stuff for my YouTube channel, only to just come back to torture myself even more with another state DOT, North Carolina DOT. But anyways, you can request your exit for the first episode of NC DOT, and our first highway is going to be I-140. Thank you for watching Shaming PENNDOT, and I will see you all in my next freeway series, NC DOT Provincial Oven.